Hi everybody, welcome to 2OG's Hook and Stitch Nylon Style. I'm Antoinette, your hostess, coming to you from Deer Island, New Brunswick, located in the Bay of Fundy. And this is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, Tunisian, crochet along, stitch alongs, happy mail, giveaways, tutorials. I do an occasional impromptu live. We have a happy mail Advent project going on right now. If I can remember, I'll put the link to the video about that in the description box below. It's going to be closing the end of this month. Go watch the video, find out. Everybody's excited about it. Also, there is a Facebook group, the Yarny Yayas. All this information will be in the description box below. I do reviews, which is what this video is about today. And what else? Life on an island. Sometimes I take you to work with me on the ferry. I work part-time on the ferry. I'm in school for finishing up my accounting. And I'm also an instructor for Marine First Aid, CPR, and AED. I'm just waiting on the current status of the level red to finish up so I can go do my final teach and get my license. So what am I going to do a review about today? I've talked about it before. I was going to do a combination review today, but I'm just going to make it two separate videos for quality of content and length of content. Today is going to be a review because I'll be going to the camera down on my table here, but I'm going to do a review on some crochet hooks. And you're probably saying, well, there's lots of reviews on crochet hooks. Yeah, there is, but you know what? We all have our opinion on crochet hooks. So I thought that I would give mine, and I have 6 different hooks here. One of which was gifted to me, very special hook. And I'll try to put links for all of this in the description box below, and I will be doing a little bit of crocheting with them so I can give you my opinion, and we'll talk a little bit about it. I just don't want to make this too long of a video because I find that too long of a video about nobody watches but 4 or 5 minutes, but I can't do a review or a thorough review in 5 minutes on 6 different hooks. So without further ado, I am actually going to be using my phone on this because I'm going to try something that I had got to do tutorials with, and that is my unique box here. We had talked about it, and this way I'll be able to do a review on this because let me see if I can remember how this works. This slides out. You pick this up and it slides out. Hold on a moment. Okay, just had to figure out something out here. Okay, this is it. You've seen it advertised, I think, on Instagram, on Facebook, what have you. But I did get it, and I have used it before, and it's actually quite a nice device. So all you do is you push like that. You open this up like this, pull it out. You put it up like that, and you can lock this into place by turning this handle. And you're saying, well, you're going to do a review on that? Maybe. And this here, what's nice is this rotates 360. Right now I have it on charge because it has a little remote control, because I can hook it into my phone and use this to start a video, take a photo, what have you. And I can also, you can turn the light on. And I'm just going to light. So anyways, you put your phone in here, and you can take this like this, loosen this up, and it goes up quite high, and then here it bends, and you can put your phone right there and do my tutorials right from there on my phone. And if you look, I'm going to turn it this way. It's going to be kind of hard to see because it is bright here. But if you watch the it changes the color. It's got daylight, bright light, and it lights forward and back. So that's what I'm going to use to do the overhead when I go to the table. Now, I also have learned to, in my videos, so I can talk to you in the beginning, I record this and then I edit in the overhead camera. I have a new C-clamp for my table coming that will be able to hold overhead for tutorials. I'm trying to make better quality. One of my goals this year. I have a list of things I want to do this year, not just for the channel, but in my life. So, without further ado, let's begin the review of these hooks. Let's go down to the table. Hi everybody. Okay, we're down here at the table, and of course I have some yarn. These are the hooks that I am going to be talking about today. These two here are Susan Bates. I had got these last year. I had never tried them before, so I thought I would try them. And I just want you to notice something right off the bat. You see how this has, if you look right here, you can see the hooks on this side. What happened was when I was using this had actually turned, but it shows the hook size. And if you notice the head on this, it is an inline hook. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. And let me zoom in and see. That's the inline hook. The next hooks I have, these are, and I'll go back here. These are some of the lighted crochet hooks, and I know that everybody has their opinion on these. If you look at the head, it's more like, I'll turn the light on here so maybe be able to see the head a little bit better. It's more like a boy hook, and it has the I think it has 2 settings. Don't know if it has 2 settings on it or not. Nope, just has the 1 setting on it. Okay, I had given some of these away in giveaways last year. The other hook, this is your boy hook. If you look at your head on the boy hook, see if I can, we'll go in a little bit here. Never said I was a professional at this. And look at the hook. If you compare it to the Susan Bates hook, you can see the difference. Susan Bates hook is a lot deeper, and you can see where it goes in line, whereas the boy hook is curved. The next hook is, I think, is pretty much my favorite hook to use, that I use the most, is my CLOVER. Again, comparing it to the Susan Bates and the boy hook. The boy and the CLOVER are about the closest in the way the heads are. The CLOVER is a little more pointier than the boy hook on the head. The Susan Bates is pointy too, but those are the 3 hooks. And the other hook I have here is a generic hook that I had gotten off of Amazon. Now, if you look at the hook, it's probably comparable to the boy. If you look at it, it's pretty comparable to the boy. It was just in a set that I got from Amazon. And the final hook is my pride and joy. This was gifted to me from Courtney of FIBERFOXSTUDIOS. Now, if you look at the head, this is a Susan Bates. If you look at it, turn this here. This is a Susan Bates type inline hook. I don't know how good this is coming in because it's a dark. Trying to see if I can. It's a dark wood. If you there, okay, there you go. You can see there, and I'll turn the Susan Bates. So you see the Susan Bates, and they both have the inline hook. This is by Nelson Wood. This is an ironwood custom handmade hook, and it's so smooth. Let me put this out a little bit. I'm just trying to, there we go. It just fits so lovely in your hand, and it's smooth, but you can see the beautiful craftsmanship on this hook. And when I'm not using it, it is kept in its case. And this is with it. This is the tag that came with it, and it's handcrafted by Brian. This way, Tyler Nelson, and it's desert ironwood. I'm just going to put this in here until I use it, because I keep this in here to protect it. I am very, very fussy about it, and I absolutely love it. And yes, I have crocheted with it. I did my mosaic with it. So I'm going to put that off to here. I'm just going to move these off, and I'm going to start with the Susan Bates, and we'll see how it crochets. Now, I will tell you, I used this hook on the entire Pick and Mix Cal I did with Lisa Ladybird. And if you look, you can see where the color rubbed off the aluminum. Not a big deal. Some people are fussed about that. It was no big deal to me, but the color did rub off the aluminum. These are the soft handle. It's not like a squishy handle, like, you know, this would be here, the ergonomic, but it's like the Silvalumes. But it feels good in the hand, and it's got a long shaft on it. So we'll start by making a slip knot. We'll see how it crochets. Now, what I did find out about with this hook that I did like, that if you're a person who holds your hook back like this, because it is a longer hook compared to, you know, the Clover. It's a little longer than the generic hook, and a little longer than the boy. Some people hold their hook back here that are knife holders, and I do both. I do pencil grip and knife holder. But we'll just crochet a little bit here, just some scrap yarn I have. So you can hold it back here, or it's got the thumb grips up here that you can hold, and it grabs the yarn just fine, and it slides. It's a nice hook. I don't have any other Susan Bates hooks. These are the only ones I got. I got them just to try them out, because everybody was talking about the inline hook. And I really have no problem with them. It does a nice job. I'm going here to do a double crochet. It glides over. I don't see it snagging on my yarn at all. So it's a nice hook, and they were reasonably priced, and I actually checked the gauge on these, and they were right on the money. So that was the Susan Bates hook. So the handle is smooth. There was no burrs. Oops, sorry, no burrs on them. It's got a fairly pointed head for going into your stitches, and I had no problem. They are a nice hook. Like I said, these are the only two Susan Bates I have. Now the next hook I'm going to use is the generic hook. This is a K. This one, I apologize, I didn't tell you the size of the hooks. The one that I was crocheting with is a US I9 5.5. I don't know if you're able to see that or not. 5.5 millimeter. And this one here is the USK 10.5, 6.5 millimeter, which I have in the generic hook. I'm going to use same size. So I'm actually just going to pick up where I was doing. Yes, I'm using different sized hooks, but it's just, you know, just for a review. And this is the generic. Like I said, I picked the whole setup on Amazon for, I don't think it was 15 bucks. And I crocheted with a lot of these hooks, and I've never had a problem. Again, the head is not as pointed as the Susan Bates hook, but it glides. It does a nice job. I've had no problem with, oops, I fell on the floor. I've had no problem with the handles coming back or peeling. The size is not only stamped on, but it is also etched in. So this is going to rub off, but this is etched in on this side. The Susan Bates is etched in. There's no name on this. It's just a generic hook from you know where. But I had no problem. It feels good in my hand, whether you're a knife gripper or a pencil gripper. It has the thumb in two places, here and here. So some people hold their hook up here. Some people hold their hook back here when they are a pencil gripper. Knife grippers, pointer finger, thumb underneath, right there, or you can move it up a little bit more, and you still have a good length of hook to work with on your stitches, especially if you're doing a bobble or a puff stitch or a popcorn stitch and you have to have multiple loops on your hook. So it does a nice job. Now we'll just get some more yarn here. Put those off to the side. Again, we had said this is like the boy hook, the way the head is. It's like the boy hook. Speaking of which, we will go to the boy hook. This is the boy hook. Now this is an size I 5.25. I have noticed in some of the hooks, I have a G hook that is from this generic set that is a 4.25 millimeter. Most G hooks are 4 millimeter, and for some reason, this is an I in boy 5.25 millimeter. Here is my CLOVER. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a 5.5, and then the light up hook I have is an I. Whoops, sorry about that. Is also a 5.5. So you get this odd size now and then on the boy hook. It's 5.25 millimeter. And I'm going to continue the review with the CLOVER hook. So we'll see if it makes a difference in the stitches. We'll crochet up a little bit of a swatch. Okay, so the boy works fine. Like I said, and you can see where I'm holding I hold mine up here. The boy is solid for the thumb grip and the finger grip, whereas the generic was solid, but it kind of dipped in here. But the boy is solid. But crochet is just fine. There's no snagging, no burrs. Let's go and do some double crochets here. And the head's pointed enough that it gets into your stitches with no problem. Like I said, I've used all these crochet hooks. Everybody has a preference. I prefer my CLOVERs. The boy hook and the generic hook have like a shiny finish to it. The yarn glides over it without a problem, as does it glides right over the Susan Bates also. Get some more yarn. I'm just going to get some yarn here. I'm just going to get some yarn. And again, it's personal preference. This is just my opinion. Everybody has their opinion. And there's a lot of different types of hooks out there. These are the only hooks I have. Will I be purchasing more hooks? I can't see me purchasing any more crochet hooks. With the exception of maybe saving up my pennies for another one of these. But I really like those. I might want to get one of the resin ones down the line when they go on sale, save my pennies. But right now I have plenty of crochet hooks. I have my Tunisian set, and you know, I have 3 sets of full sets of crochet hooks. So I don't see me purchasing any. Anyhow, back to the review. Sorry about that squirrel moment. So that's how the boy crochets. And this is a 5.25 millimeter size I. Now, the Clover is also a size I, but it is a 5.5. Again, the head on the Clover, if you look next to the boy, they're relatively close, but the boy has a little bit more of a hook on it than the Clover does. The Clover has a more pointed round head, and the finish on it is a lot more like a satin finish rather than a high, high shine finish. It has the thumb grip right here. It doesn't have it on the other side like the boy and the generic one does, but it does have it here, which is in line with your hook. So, again, personal preference. For some, I just love the way my Clovers crochet. Now, if you're looking at cost as opposed to functionality, if you're just starting out or you want to have an extra set, you can get a set of boys at Michael's with your coupon. You can get a set of boys off the internet. But if you're just looking to have a second set for traveling or what have you, you can get a set of these generic ones off Ali, Express, Wish, Amazon. Walmart sometimes even has them inexpensively. I'm talking less than 15 bucks. And sometimes you can get a whole set from Wish or Ali if you don't mind waiting for a month or two to get them for less than 10 bucks. Like I said, they're not a bad hook. They do a good job. And my Clover, they're light, they're not heavy. I don't like a heavy hook. But this, when I bought this set of Clovers, I got it from Michael's, and I had a 60% off coupon when I bought this. So I got it for a real, and that was Canadian. I got it for like less than $40 Canadian. I had, like I said, but I had a 60% off coupon, which I haven't had one of those from Michael's in a couple of years. But I love the hook. And if you look, you really don't see much of a change in the stitch from the 5.25 to the 5.5. It's almost negligible. Now, we'll continue on with the lighted hook in the I 5.5. Now, this has, turn the light on here. This has a head on it like, almost like my Clover. I haven't pulled the paper out of the other one for the battery. It has a head almost like my Clover. Okay. It's either a love or hate with these things. I've used it once or twice with black yarn. I got them a great deal. I think I got them from, I don't remember where I got them from, but they were inexpensive when I got them. I had a bunch of them. I sent them as in giveaways last year. And if you see the light, it's a big help in the dark. You know, people say it's a gimmick, but it actually did help me with very, very dark yarn. I have actually seen knitting needles that have lighted tips, which with my Alaska hats, the one would come in so handy. But it squeaks on the acrylic yarn. I had no squeaking with any of my other hooks. The plastic, it squeaks. I will tell you that. And I mean, but it doesn't really bother me. Stuff like that doesn't bother me. So I'm sorry, I'm out of frame there. And we go here. Slides just fine. No splitting. Light works. And like I said, all the hooks have been, you know, it's personal preference. I've had no problem with any of the hooks. Everybody has, you know, their favorite go-to. Mine has always been Clover until I cut my Nelson Wood. But like I said, that is my luxury hook, and I take mega good care of it. So there, and we will shut this light off. It has a little switch right here on the side. To change the battery, you have the back here. Push on this. It has, you have to pull it. My hand's probably, there you go. It has 3 little batteries in it. And that's what it runs on. We'll just slide this in here. I don't know how long they last. I've never had to test it. But it's called the Crochet Light 5.5. Uses G3A batteries. Other than the squeaking, and if you look at the stitch consistency over the 5.5 with the 5.25, it's pretty close. This was the K. I have not even pulled out the battery, so it's never even been used. Now, I'm going to pull this out of here. I'm telling you, Courtney was right. This, when you, whoops, I'll have to get that later. You pull this out, it's just, it's hard to describe, but I was using this on my mosaics, and I'll tell you, it glides, it hooks wonderfully over the stitches. It doesn't split, and it is an absolute pleasure to work with. But not only is it a pleasure to work with, it's beautiful. Quality. The Nelson Wood hooks, I've been on the site. I had looked at them before, and they're stunning. And if you watch Courtney's tutorials, which I will put her link in the description box below, you got to go watch, and you'll see the variety of hooks she has. They're stunning. And if it's something you save your money up for, and treat yourself. Like I said, I'll save my pennies up and maybe buy myself another hook. Get one of the ones that has the resin with the flowers or something in it. It will be a treat for myself. But that's, you know, off subject. So this is an H. It's a 5mm. I will show you where they have it stamped, or where they have it etched. And you can see, no problem. I mean, the H, I don't know if you can see it or not, is right there. It's stamped in there. But look at the, just look at the, I mean, it's gorgeous. And smooth. There is no burrs, nothing on this. This is just as smooth. So this is my pride and joy. I don't keep it out of, it goes in its case. It doesn't get in with any other hooks, so it gets scratched. When I'm done, when I am using it, I use it on my mosaics. When I'm not using it, it's in its case. I don't leave it laying around. So, those were the 6 different hooks. Overall, for general crocheting, any of these hooks will do. Any of them are fine. Okay? Any of them are fine. Cost-wise, here's your top of the line. I'm not going to tell you how much this cost. It's expensive, okay? It's comparable to furls, but this has furls beat, hands down. I know there are those of you out there that just love your furls. Hey, this is my opinion, okay? My opinion. So this is top end. I'm talking, this is Rolls Royce. I'm going from highest to lowest. Then comes the clovers. I love my clovers. The clovers for everyday crocheting are awesome. They're durable. They last. Customer support from the company itself is superb. But if you go to buy a set of clovers, make sure you're getting the real clovers, not the knockoffs. You get the knockoffs, it's going to look something like that. So, Michaels, check Amazon, watch. They do go on sale a couple times a year. CHRISTA from the Secret Yarnery a lot of times will give you a heads up when they go on sale. Anything I talk about will be in the description box below with links. So my clovers are my second go-to, and as far as these are concerned, second highest in cost. After that, I would have to say the boy hook is next in cost for a set. Now I'm going by sets that I bought. The boy set was less than $40. It's a good set. I have no problem with it. complete range. They come, you know, they go all the way up to, I think my boys set went all the way up to N. I have them up there, but I just didn't have the room on my table for them. This set here I got off Amazon, went all the way up to N. Those are the ones I bought sets of. As far as cost, I got these. There was 3 of the Susan Bates. I had got with a coupon at Michael's just because I wanted to try it. They're a good hook. I have no issues with any of these hooks. But one of the hooks is in a project right now. The light up hooks, some may say it's a novelty. They actually do have a function. If you don't mind listening to squeaking on the acrylic yarn, I haven't tried it with cotton or with wool or a blend. You do get some squeaking with acrylic. Don't bother me. It's not a bad hook. So out of all the hooks here, this one here is my favorite, but it is my specialty, special occasion hook. The Clover is my hook of choice for everyday crocheting, but I will use any of these. I hope this helped some. I know there's other reviews out there. This is just my opinion on these hooks, of the hooks I own. I didn't get into my Tunisian hooks, different review. And I believe I did a review on my Tunisian hooks between my Denise and my straight Afghan hooks. But if not, I will put that on the queue for a future review. I know there's, you know, you have addies, you have nitpicks, you have furls, you have likey. There are so many different hooks out there. Omni, Davits. I could go on. There's so many different hooks out there. But these are just the hooks that I have in my collection that I use on a daily basis. All the different hooks. Now, I don't use these as often. These, you know, as you can tell, I've only used this one. This one here I was using with my mosaics, which I love. But my Clover, I use all the time. But I do use the other ones in projects because, as you know, I always have quite a few whips on the go. So in the description box below, let me know what your hook of choice is, or if you have any questions, or if you have, you know, something I missed on this review. But I have no issue with the hooks. This one is pretty to work with, no doubt. And that's, you know, we all like to work with pretty tools. I will have, in the future, have a knitting needle review. I have straight needles as well as circular needles. So that will be a review you can look forward to in the future. As well as after this, I am going to be doing a yarn review on Premier Bamboo Joy and Bamboo Fair. It will premiere at a later date. But I want to get this done so I can get it uploaded and get a video out to you. So I hope you like this. Please, in the comments below, let me know what you think. So I'm going to go back to the other camera. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the review I did on the hooks. Here comes the sun again, on the hooks. And yes, who could not love this hook? I mean, you can't help it. It feels wonderful in my hand. So, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the box below. And I'm hoping that the audio and video are matching, because as I'm doing this, it's not. So hopefully when I go in to do the editing, it will. So remember, hug, smiles, and happiness. Pass it on. Make the world a better place. Look for future reviews. And I will see you later. Bye for now from Deer Island.